Alright, this is Crab Tackle Review, week 8.
Yeah.
I think that's right. It's
Right.
Jean Rollin week.
Jean Rollin.
Jean Rollin. Alright, the movie we watched is The Living Dead Girl, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Or as I like to call it, Thunderkiss 65.
There you go. Yes. I still like the idea that we came up with last time.
Yeah.
Either Rob Zombie week or Misfits week.
Yeah.
I'd rather do Misfits week.
Yeah.
But
The Rob Zombie week would open up the possibility of watching Two Lane Blacktop. So.
Does he have a song called Two Lane Blacktop?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, now I'm torn. Anyway, on to the off-topic stuff at first.
Yeah.
How much stuff do you have written down for off-topic? It's like, I struggled a bit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like this was a really big week of anything.
Yeah, I didn't. I rewatched Deadpool and Days of Future Past and Inglourious Bastards.
Saw that. Yeah. I think I liked all of those. Click the like on your review.
Yeah.
And like them.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll try. I'll try to pull some stuff out of my bum.
I did also, as you saw, finish watching the latest season of South Park.
What did you think of that?
I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
That was a lot of fun.
I do feel like it kind of... I was a little out of it towards the end. The whole internet ad story arc in the end. I don't know. It didn't feel like it gelled really well with it. But I loved everything else.
Yeah. If nothing else, like, I kind of expected it to get kind of wild and outlandish toward the end, and because that's typical South Park fashion. So
I think it worked a lot better than last season's season-long story arc.
I don't think I've seen any of last season.
It was not a favorite of mine at all. I really checked out very early into it.
Last season was the first one that they introduced the season-long story arc to, wasn't it?
Correct.
Well, what was the theme there?
I'm trying to remember. I know there was stuff about the current gluten-free diet trend.
Yeah.
They had one thing where Stan's dad, Randy, was secretly Lord.
I do remember hearing about that bit. And
I remember, like, that was just a little joke at the end of one of the episodes, and then it kept coming back up. I was like, really? All right, this seems like a pretty amateur thing, but
yeah,
okay. But yeah, this season was so much better. I would still prefer it if they went back to the separate storyline routine, but it worked a lot better here. Let's see. All right, hidden other off-topic stuff. Getting back to Deadpool.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy! Big news.
Yeah.
It is now officially the highest-grossing X-Men film of all time.
Yeah.
2 weekends in. That's fucking insane. 6th highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time already.
Yeah.
Because opening for an R-rated movie, it's just shy of $500 million worldwide.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane for an R-rated movie. What do you think is, like, the main reason for the success of it?
Honestly, like, I think it's just, I'm honestly not 100% sure. The reason I like it so much is because it shows that, like, you can definitely sense there's a lot of respect and adoration for the source material throughout the movie.
Most definitely.
But yeah, and part of me thinks a lot of the success might just be the sort of, and I hate to say it, like, the almost flavor of the week treatment that Deadpool's had last year or so. He's definitely risen in popularity. Okay. And I'd be willing to bet that a lot of that has to do with it. And I'm not trying to detract from the quality of the movie, because I really do enjoy the movie. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like a passing phase, or if it's, the start of something bigger, or what to think, to be honest.
I've been trying to kind of wrap my head around what is the reason for this, and, like, there's a lot of different ways you can look at it. You can look at it as because it's something different in the superhero franchises or trend. You can look at it as there is a market for R-rated superhero movies that they didn't think existed.
Yeah.
I think it's really got more to do with the fact that I think the fan base for Deadpool is much, much bigger than they thought it was.
Yeah.
And after a fan base of being devoid of the same treatment that other fan bases have in the comic world, it was just like an explosion of like, that's my guess.
Yeah.
I don't really think...
I definitely say that's a contributing factor, if nothing else. Like a pretty major one.
I'm sure that there's probably a very large portion of Hollywood that thinks, oh, this means that we can do R-rated superhero movies and they're all going to succeed. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm worried about going forward. Like, what kind of message are they going to get from this movie? Because I think a lot of the reason it works so well is that, it doesn't like I mentioned in my most recent review, like they lowered the budget, which allowed for more creative risks. And I think I think that's something I wouldn't mind seeing more of going forward.
Yeah, and that's the problem though. Like with stuff like this, they try to replicate something not by means of creativity.
Yeah,
it's like, let's copy that.
Yeah,
I was thinking back to. I think it's definitely safe to say that Batman Begins and The Dark Knight had a major influence on mainstream cinema trends.
Yeah.
And it wasn't entirely for the best.
Yeah.
I feel like what they end up taking from the success of those movies was everyone likes darker superhero movies.
Yeah.
And just darker movies. Let's make Star Trek darker. Let's make Superman darker. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's exactly what worked here. I think
let's make Nick Fury darker.
Yes. Let's make the Human Torch darker. Yeah. I think the reason it worked it wasn't that it was dark, is that it so much so that it was more realistic.
Yeah.
And it was a combination of it was more realistic and it was more intelligent than your average superhero movie.
It didn't treat the audience like they're stupid, which. Yeah, and to an extent, I definitely feel that way with Deadpool. Like, it doesn't treat you like you're an idiot. It treats itself like it's an idiot, but it doesn't treat the audience like it's an idiot.
Yeah, I really... It in a way, it's kind of reminding me of, like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. And that it's, like, it's not a brilliant piece of cinema.
Yeah.
But it's not stupid.
Yeah.
It's just right. And that's how I look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Whereas, with Dark Knight, it's like, that is some really deep, intelligent filmmaking that makes you question things. There's none of that, I feel like, in Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a little bit of that in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But not a lot. And I always kind of I always kind of refer to it as, like, the Indiana Jones syndrome. That's how I look at the Indiana Jones movies. They're like, they're not stupid popcorn flicks.
Yeah.
That's about it. They're not intelligent,
yeah,
but they're not treating you like an idiot, like the Transformers movies or
right.
something. But, yeah, so we got a lot of success with Deadpool. Hopefully, it leads to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Doubtful. That's just my thinking on that.
Yeah.
We use this as a segue because probably the only main thing I can think of that happened recently in terms of like pop culture news this week was audio was leaked of Kanye West being an egomaniacal fucker backstage at Saturday Night Live.
Huh.
He's what was it? It was you haven't heard of it.
I have not.
I'll paraphrase it a little bit. I don't want to completely ruin it because I do plan on showing this to you later.
Okay.
But it covers stuff along the lines of, they ruined my fucking set without asking me. He called Taylor Swift a fake ass, which is ironic because his wife has been accused of having gluteal implants.
Yeah.
And he keeps on citing, like, known geniuses throughout history and saying that he's at least 50% better.
Yeah.
I really hope that the dog yapping isn't catching on the microphone. Is it showing anything on yours? And of course, the moment I fucking say, oh, God damn it! I don't see anything on mine.
Yeah, I don't see anything, but...
Hopefully, that's not picking up. But, he keeps on citing known geniuses throughout history and saying that he's at least 50% more influential than them.
Yeah.
Picasso,
yeah.
I remember, and Kubrick.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know, he's just kind of going all over the place.
Yeah.
So, that was used as the, the foundation for Ryan Reynolds' official response to the "Let's get Deadpool to host Saturday Night Live" petition, where he mocked it perfectly.
Nice.
I won't ruin anything about that because that's like the punchline to this whole thing. And as is often the case, I definitely believe it'd be one of those things where like, yeah, you just had to be there, which means I will ruin it.
Yeah.
By trying to explain it. So I'll leave it up to him for later. The other thing I'll just briefly hit this stuff. I know I can get a bit long-winded in this.
Yeah.
But past week, watched some more movies from the Official Splatter Movie guy.
Yeah.
I'll slam through some of these really quick. There was one called Hack-O-Lantern. I like the title right there. Devil worshipping. People were getting branded on the butt with pentagrams.
Nice.
It's gonna be good fun. There's one called Flesh Eater, where the old guy zombie in the cemetery at the beginning of Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
He basically just makes a movie centered around that. It's like, here's what happened to the zombie.
Okay.
Before and after.
This is like an official type thing? Like George Romero involved? Or the guy who played the zombie involved?
The guy that played the zombie plays the zombie.
Okay.
Again, and he wrote and directed the movie.
Alright. So it's not just like someone saw the movie and they're like, hey, what if we make a movie based on that character?
Yeah,
like,
it's none of that.
Okay.
It's weird because, like, since Night of the Living Dead is accidentally a public domain movie,
yeah,
there's so many different paths that have been taken.
Yeah.
You've got the Return of the Living Dead movies, you got Romero making Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, and the rest.
Yeah.
The Skipper and Marianne. No, Professor and Marianne, that's my bad.
Yeah.
You've got the producer of the movie, the original movie, John Russo. He did an expanded or extended or what have you version of the original movie where he just shot new scenes that nobody liked and spliced them into the movie and then used that as the jumping pad for another movie called Children of the Living Dead, which even less people liked. They're fucking god awful.
Yeah.
And then I guess you got this. I think then you also have all the fucking remakes. So many remakes. Which I would think there'd be more remakes of Night of the Living Dead since it's public domain.
Yeah.
And one of the most famous horror movies of all time.
Yeah. I still really like Tom Savini's remake. The
I thought it was a great remake.
Oh, I love that one.
I have not seen the 3D one with Sid Haig in it. Sid Haig? I got it right this time.
I haven't seen that one either.
So this one, Flesh Eater, that's probably the most odd spin-off or continuation, I guess, because it's such a nothing aspect. It's just like, okay, this one character in this one opening scene, whole movie. But it was entertainingly shitty. I found out later that the Cemetery Zombie who directed this movie, he also directed a movie called The Majorettes, 80s slasher movie, which is also an entertaining sack of crap. Just fucking horrendous.
Good.
I highly recommend it. Probably the best legitimate thing in this movie is I remember at the end of the original Night of the Living Dead when you got like the posse of zombie hunters.
Yeah.
There's one guy in the posse that I always thought looked like Kirk Douglas. And that's why he stands out in my mind, because he looks like Kirk Douglas. He pops back up as the same character at the end of this movie. And in the original movie, like, he shoots a zombie. He might have even been the guy that killed Dwayne Jones's character.
Okay.
Spoiler, if you haven't seen one of the most famous films in the history of mankind. But yeah, he might have been the guy that killed him, and he's like, yep, got him. Or like, good shot.
Yeah.
In here, kills someone, and they're like, good shot. And he's like, yeah, I'm getting real good at this. It's like, oh, there you go. That's cool.
Yeah.
Everything else is horrible, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I saw a movie called Mark of the Devil. Early 70s exploitation movie about, it wasn't Salem witch trials, but like the Inquisition era witch trials. Not very fun. Very well-made movie. It actually kind of walks the balancing rope act between legitimate movie and exploitation movie, and it's not pleasant at all. But it was a very well-done movie. It's like, okay, that was good. Now let's never see it again.
Yeah.
Blood Cult, which is a shot on, pretty much the granddaddy of all shot on VHS horror movies.
Okay.
And I didn't realize until afterwards that I had marked that as the one we were watching for shot on VHS Horror Week. Don't worry, I've already got a replacement set up.
All right.
Dead Heat, 80s buddy cop action comedy with Joe Piscopo in his weightlifting phase.
Yeah.
And one of the cops is a zombie.
Yep.
Concept alone is fantastic.
Yeah.
Execution's pretty fucking good, too. From the director of the first Punisher movie. With
nice.
Dolph Lundgren. This was way better than I thought it was going to be, actually. I was all pumped to just enjoy it based on concept alone.
Yeah.
And then it's actually genuinely pretty fun. And the last one I'll do, it was a very late entry into the whole Italian genre machine.
Yeah.
I think it was 1990, movie called Metamorphosis. It basically just rips off The Fly for the most part. He doesn't turn into a fly, but it's the whole, like, I'm a super genius that's trying to do this revolutionary experiment. Oh, they're cutting my funding. Well, I'll show them. I'll do it all myself. Oh, everything really went well. Oh, no, it's going to shit.
Yeah.
The only there's a few differences, though. First off, this guy can't act if his life fucking depended on it. He's horrible.
Yeah.
Second of all, when they announced that they're going to cut his funding, he's like, you can't do this. I'm making progress. They haven't shown us, the viewer, any progress. So I'm actually thinking, is he really just pocketing the money and trying to get the fuck out of here? Or what? I don't know.
Yeah.
And third of all, the movie's directed by a guy named George Eastman, who's like a character actor in this Italian genre pick machine.
Okay.
He even went back to like a spaghetti western era. Did spaghetti westerns, did horror movies, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And this is one of only 2 movies that he's ever directed. The other one, now, put on your big boy pants for this one. This is, I want to see this movie just on concept alone.
Let's hear it.
It's about a woman who, as a small child, witnesses her mother having an affair with the family dog.
Go on.
Fast forward. Now she's grown up.
Yeah.
And she lives on an island with her own dog. And she basically just seduces couples who are visiting the vacation spot island and like has sexual relationships with the couples and her dog and stuff. Are you ready for an amazing title?
Let's hear it.
Dog Lay Afternoon.
Please tell me you're not making that up.
I'm not making that
up. Oh my god.
I pulled, when I was watching the movie, I immediately recognized the name of the director. I thought, what the fuck else did he do? Pulled it up, and he made this movie like I think about 15 years before Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Just saw the title, and I thought, what the fuck is this? Looked at the plot, and I thought, more what the fuck is this? I gotta track this down.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I gotta track it down. This is just too bad shit insane of an idea. Okay, so I think I've exhausted my off-topic bullet points. Do you have anything?
Not really. I worked 55 hours this week, so I didn't really have much of a life.
Understandable. Okay, so let's jump into the movie.
Yeah.
The Living Dead Girl. First off, what did you think about it?
I thought it was okay. It felt like it dragged on in spots through the majority of it, I would say, actually. But there were some moments that were entertaining. The overall premise, I thought, was it works.
Mm-hmm. It's weird, the movie, and just it's very. I think it's a very definitive example of Jean Rollin's style.
Okay.
Even though he's usually known for doing vampire-centric films.
Yeah.
Which this is pretty close to.
We get a little bit, yeah.
I think, she's essentially considered like a zombie, but she's basically...
She's a zombie in that she's a corpse that has come back to life, but she needs blood to survive. So. Exactly.
Yeah, and she doesn't have the archetypical zombie look.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how to tackle this, because it's very different from, I think, probably everything else we're going to cover in this whole challenge, because this is probably the closest we'll come to being more art house than cult.
Yeah.
It walks a fine line. Maybe it's because it's just French.
Yeah.
I don't know. Although I think there's a little bit more to it. I didn't know beforehand that there were going to be characters in the movie that spoke English.
Yeah.
And that was very whoa, wait, what?
Kind of spoke until she said, Greg, this picture is fascinating. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
No, she says it like 2 or 3 times when she's she goes to show the photo she took of the
living dead girl.
Yeah, of the Dragula.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, why is he pausing on it again? I just fucking said it.
Trying to think of another Rob Zombie song to use. But yeah, he goes to show the picture of the living dead girl.
She's more human than human.
Yeah, she is. That's White Zombie, though, I think.
I'm not racist. White, Rob, black.
Oh, why'd you say Rob before you said black? I don't know.
Are you suggesting black people rob people? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm suggesting that you're suggesting.
You're caught on, not camera, microphone. Go on.
Anyway, yeah. So she goes to the restaurant or whatever to show the photo she took of her walking through the field, and she says that she's fascinated by this photo.
In her defense, the shot in the film where she sees the girl walking through the field and is taking the photos of her, that's actually a really cool looking shot.
I'll agree with that, yeah.
It is quite fascinating. The actress playing the only female English speaking role in the film.
Yeah.
She's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
She was atrocious. Maybe they were just like, oh great, we found an actress that can speak both French and English. She's fucking horrible. That I don't care. She can do what we need. Put her in.
Good is not in the criteria. French and English is.
Yes. Fringlish.
Yeah.
I liked the concept of the film. I don't know why, for some reason, the concept, it's really basic.
Yeah.
It's just, let's do a little basic summary of the movie. For some reason, two guys are disposing of barrels of toxic waste in a, what's the term for this? Underground mausoleum sort of thing.
I think they called it a crypt at one point.
I think that's probably a really good term.
Yeah.
Which we later find out is...
connected to the house.
Yeah, it's right underneath the house. So, do they have... Are they doing this legally?
Yeah.
Or not? Maybe not. It's probably illegal.
Yeah.
But are they getting permission from the people in the castle?
Are they trespassing?
Exactly, yes. Which I don't think we ever get really a definitive answer on that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the very beginning of the scene, the two guys haul the barrel down into the crypt, I think we decided on. And they're... Yeah, the crypt where they're storing the toxic waste has 2 coffins in it. They're there to rob the old lady's grave.
Okay.
And then they see the other coffin.
They're there to rob the old lady's grave, and it's like, hey, while we're at it, let's just dump some toxic waste.
Yeah.
2 birds with 1 disgusting stone.
Yeah. But yeah, and then they're like, yeah, there's a second coffin here. They open up the coffin. The guy's like, wow, she's beautiful. And then comes to life, gouges his eyes out, and I think she, like, bites part of the other guy's face off or something.
I'm trying to remember what she... I think she may have done that, but, like, the main source of his demise was the toxic waste.
Okay.
Leaks onto the floor
Yeah.
that he's laying on, so it melts half his face off,
Yeah.
and then he flips some coins and tries to kill Commissioner Gordon's son.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a whole big thing.
It was a bad couple of days.
Yeah. Harvey Dent and the terrible whole fucking joke. I'm getting over a headache. Me no talk good.
Yeah.
It's a good. So it's a perfect time to shove a microphone in my own face.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yes, dead girl becomes living dead girl.
Yeah.
And you find out that the castle that they're underneath is owned by the family of this woman.
Yeah, it's like it's where she grew up.
Yeah.
I think we gathered that.
She's got to have some sort of connection. I mean, because I think at one point she brings a woman back to the castle that she got a ride from, and I think she had said that she was renting, but it's like that can't be true. You wouldn't bury the corpse of your dead friend underneath the house that you rent.
Well, no,
unless you are a serial killer.
Yeah, that house was, or that was the dark haired girl, the one who brought the person
the
back.
living girl.
Yeah, she yeah, because the house was for sale early on. We saw the
there's a real estate agent.
Yeah, and. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck the other.
I'm thinking maybe she just lied.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's really her family's house, and when her friend died, Catherine is the living dead girl. When Catherine died, they just put her in the crypt.
Yeah.
Because she was such a close family friend. That's I'm guessing that's the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, Catherine comes back to life. I'm trying to remember what is the name of the living alive girl.
Helen.
That's right. I think it's Helene.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Helen.
Yeah.
Because then that makes me think of the show Wings, and I like Wings.
Yeah.
Don't question it. So, Helen finds out that Catherine's come back to life, and she slowly starts delving more and more into the mindset of, I'm going to basically sacrifice people up that I come across to her, so that she can feed off of them, so that she can be living dead.
Yeah.
And it's a very basic sort of concept.
Yeah.
I like the way it was handled. It was actually kind of handled very mature.
Yeah.
I like this movie. I really do. And I can't. It's just. I feel like it's a slow moving film.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I was bored at all.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I felt like, well, first of all, there's a lot of boobies on display, so that helped the boredom.
Yeah.
If we're gonna, talk at the base level here.
8 boobies, I think, in total.
You got the real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
the living dead
girl. You've got the one that they bring down there at the end.
Yeah, from the party.
Yeah, that's 6 boobs, 3 sets. I think there had to have been another set somewhere.
Yeah. Do we see Helen's at all?
No.
Okay.
Don't see Helen's. I don't see the photographer / actress.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was very funny. Yeah. Worst actress in the movie.
Yeah.
Her character's profession is an actress.
Yeah.
It's like,
who's
okay.
Learning photography.
Yeah.
Ironically, she takes a nice looking photo, but can't act.
Yes.
Save her fucking
I'm
life.
really great at my amateur job, horrible at my professional job. She's basically she's like Tommy Wiseau without the accent.
Yeah.
Like when she's overacting, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Hence the term overacting, I guess. And no one's like, that's some great overacting.
I like the chair kick when we're first introduced to these characters in the field and they're having like an argument. She like walks over to the lawn chair that he was sitting in. She just like kicks it and like flops like 3 inches over.
I remember. Yeah, I think that was the first scene where I was like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, I remember there was a one piece of dialogue in that scene where he was like, just go shoot some photos, and she's like, I'm going to shoot you with my gun.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang. And he's doing like a little finger gun thing. It was like, oh, Jesus, fuck. That's
No, she's taking photos of him, and as she's clicking the shutter, she's saying bang.
Yeah, that was fucking horrible. And the really sad thing is, I was realizing as I was watching that scene, you weren't there, but you watched it on your own time. I realized during that scene, if this scene was in French dialogue and we were watching it with subtitles, I wouldn't think it's as horrible.
Yeah.
For some reason, part of me would just be like, "Oh, it's a different culture."
Yeah.
And I would just dismiss it. But in English, it's like, this is fucking horrible.
Yeah. Well, it's like whenever I watch a foreign language film, I usually can't tell if the acting's horrible because it's in another language. So
yeah.
It's, if nothing else, the horrible acting would have been less obvious.
Combination of that, and I do believe part of it has got to do with like that, it's a different culture sort of thing. I know when I first saw, and I know this is a big favorite of yours, when I first saw Seven Samurai, I remember thinking, holy fuck, man, the acting in this is ridiculous. But, as I watched more Japanese films, especially from that era and from Kurosawa, I was like, okay, that's just how it is in Japan.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a theatrical style. Alrighty. But
you need to watch more Kurosawa.
What all have you seen? You've seen Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai is it. That's
it?
Yeah.
Wow. My favorite is Throne of Blood.
Okay.
It's feudal Japan take on Macbeth.
All right.
There's that. He's done quite a few.
I have Kajimusha, Hidden Fortress, and Yojimbo. I think I might have Ikiru as well.
Yojimbo is the one that was remade virtually identically as Fistful of Dollars.
Okay.
Exact same plot.
Which I also haven't seen.
A lot of identical scenes and everything. That actually reminds me, I'm really mad at myself because I saw maybe about an hour before I got done at work yesterday. I hope I don't know what the hailstorm that's going on above us is picking up on the mic.
It's that goddamn dog.
Do they have hardwood floors up there or what?
I'm assuming it's just the
tile?
linoleum like the ceramic like we have.
Fuck. Ah, Jesus. I did see that you got new neighbors.
Yeah.
Have they been horrible yet?
No, it's the neighbors that live over here. It's her mom that moved in here.
Okay.
And I've never really had a problem with the people on this side of me, so hopefully that trend continues.
Family sandwich.
Yeah.
You're the meat in the middle.
Just wish the ones above us would die, and hell, they could have another parent move in above us.
Let's mark that down just in case.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where the fuck we were.
We were talking about Kurosawa.
That's right. Kurosawa. Fistful of Dollars, remake of Yojimbo. Ran is a feudal Japan remake of King Lear.
Okay.
And then he's got another one called I think it's the Bad Sleep Well. It's Well or Wall, I can't remember.
Okay.
That is a modern telling of Hamlet. I think it's Hamlet. Set in like the business world in modern Japan.
Okay.
Or then modern Japan. Anyway. This is my third film from Jean Rollin. I really like his style.
Yeah.
It's very like...
I mean, this is the only one I've seen by him, but I mean, just based on what I saw earlier today, I'd definitely be willing to check out more of his stuff.
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
It's like... It's very gothic.
Yeah.
All of his films. Sometimes they take place in like the Victorian era, like a lot of the Hammer films do. Sometimes they take place in modern setting, like this one does.
Yeah.
And they still find a way to still be gothic.
Yeah.
If set in modern times. The one thing though that's different is like when you deal with Hammer movies and their gothic style, it's very dry and formal. And this one, his style feels a lot more surreal and dreamlike.
Yeah.
Like nothing's really happening that like on a Lynchian level of surreal. It's just the tone, the vibe you're getting, and it's not like the dark sort of surreal. It's very odd.
Yeah.
But I like it. And gothic. That's the gothic dreamlike. Those are two traits of his. The vampire style or the vampire subject matter as mentioned before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lesbianism.
Yeah.
That's showcased in his movies. Kind of hinted at here.
Yeah.
It's never
never
out
blatant,
stated.
but yeah.
It's just, I think more than anything, it's
heavily implied, I would even say.
I think more than anything, it's just a very strong friendship in a different type of culture from ours. Like, I don't think in American culture it's very common for two girls that are friends to bathe each other.
Yeah.
Which happens in this movie.
Yeah.
On a balcony, for some reason. Let's get you out here on display. But I wasn't complaining.
Yeah.
Bathe that corpse for my viewing pleasure. What do you mean I'm under arrest? But yeah, it's really hard to say, like, is he an exploitation filmmaker or is he an art house filmmaker? Yeah, you can make a case for either.
Yeah,
maybe it's just like the subject matter and the gore.
Yeah,
make it exploitation, but like he's handling his subject matter.
Yeah, the
really,
tone
really
and the
well.
style would definitely fall more under art house. I wouldn't even say that the two are necessarily mutually exclusive. I mean, I would say there's probably some overlap, and I'd be willing to say that Jean Rollin falls into that, overlap.
I think that you could definitely make the case for that. Yeah, I think if you played it in either different, if you played it, I was about ready to say, if you played it in an art house theater, it would find success, and if you played it in a grindhouse theater, it would find success. I don't think it would find success in a grindhouse theater, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
As I was about ready to say that, so it's like, well, maybe it is more art than exploitive. I don't see the 42nd Street crowd in the 70s and 80s eating this up at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess this is more art house than exploitive.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it that way.
It straddles the line, but it definitely leans more into...
Speaking of straddling.
Yeah.
One thing he is known for is for introducing an actress that before his, if you want to say intervention, was a porn star.
Okay.
I can't remember what her name is. She's a blonde actress. That narrows it down.
Yeah.
She was in a film of his called The Grapes of Death, which I get a kick out the title alone. But that's one of the 3 films of his I've seen, and I really, really like that one. I think that's probably my favorite. It's a zombie movie.
All right.
And the reason it's called The Grapes of Death, the zombie virus is spread through wine.
Yeah.
That is made from grapes that have been sprayed with a particularly toxic pesticide.
Okay.
And because of his unique style, it's a very unique zombie movie.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other zombie movie that I could compare it to in terms of tone. And that was the first one that she showed up in. And I remember there was one scene in the film that was very odd. I think it's the only nude scene in the entire movie, which again is very odd for him.
Yeah.
Because he uses a lot of nudity in his films, this Living Dead Girl being a great example of that.
Yeah.
And Living Dead Girl being a great bushy example of that. Wink. But I remember the scene in this movie with the blonde actress and like a group of villagers is searching the area that she's in, and they're just meeting her for the first time, and they say, well, how do we know that you're not a zombie? So she just completely pulls her dress off. And it's like, see, no bites.
Yeah.
And like even the villagers like, you didn't really have to do that. Well, it's done seriously, but it's very easy to make that comical.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to do that. Yeah. Might as well. But yeah, that's another thing I've never understood in zombie movies, and I guess this all kind of stems back from the original Night of the Living Dead. That's called a callback.
Yeah.
Where they kill Dwayne Jones' character at the end. I think it's Ben. I think that was the name of the character.
Dwayne "The Rock" Jones.
Yes. They kill him thinking he's a zombie.
Yeah.
Or do they? Because he's black. Civil rights movement at the time. That seems to be a recurring theme throughout zombie movies, like how to tell if someone's a zombie or a living person. It's like, how many... Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah.
I'm watching this, it's like when I watch a sitcom and a character is lying, and you already know before they lie that what they're saying is a lie because you saw the truth happen.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I would never do that. And the other character believes them.
Yeah.
It's like, are you fucking stupid? How do you not hear this and think, this person's lying through the teeth?
Yeah.
Same
Not
thing
even very good.
It's the same thing with the zombie movies. Like, how do I know if you're really alive? Well, I'm talking to you. I'm not pale.
Yeah.
I don't have blood pouring down my face. I'm not sluggishly walking. What else do you need? That's everything that's happened with every fucking zombie you've ever seen. Why do you think I'm a zombie? I look just like you.
Yeah.
These things don't look like us.
Yeah.
I never fucking understood that. It's like that. It's like that thing where it's like, well, I guess in the world of this medium,
Yeah.
they just don't get this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little vent. So, I like this movie. I think trying to think of what are the other movies we've watched. This, that was all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what are some of the other really really good ones we've watched so far. There's
New
this
One-Armed Swordsman.
in Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I'm willing to say this movie, The Living Dead Girl, and the new One-Armed Swordsman, I think might share the top spot for me.
I think I had more fun with New One-Armed Swordsman, but yeah, I would definitely put this in number 2 for the year so far.
I think I think both movies have a very basic plot and concept, but they're both executed very well.
Yeah.
Although very differently.
Oh, yeah.
New One-Armed Swordsman is much more frantic pacing.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps the plot going a lot more. And it's a archetypical story done about as well as it can be.
Yeah.
Whereas it's an archetypical story that's done in a completely different way than what you're used to.
Yeah.
And I think they both succeed very well for their respective reasons.
I'll agree with that.
Next week we have Category 3 week.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's the right response. Yeah, this'll... I'm going to guess this is probably going to be along the lines of Island of Death.
Yeah.
In terms of, this is going to be a hard pill to swallow. Fortunately, with Island of Death, it was amateur enough where, I was removed from it. I don't know what to expect with this. I don't know how legitimately good it is or not. Men Behind the Sun is the title of the film.
I've heard it's not an easy one to sit through.
Same here. And I've heard some people... I've seen people kind of have the same debate with this that they've had with Cannibal Holocaust, where is this an out-and-out exploitation movie, or does it have a genuine message behind it? With Cannibal Holocaust, is the genuine message behind it a commentary on the exploitive nature of news journalism?
Yeah.
Whereas with this, is the genuine message a representation of the war atrocities that Japan performed on the Chinese.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's probably not going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Since there is that debate, that makes me think that this is a relatively well-made film.
Yeah.
Which means it will be a more connecting movie than Island of Death.
Yeah.
Which means it'll be a harder movie to take than Island of Death. And I know subject matter like this of war atrocities.
Yeah.
It's a bit of I guess I'd say like a bit of a sore point with me. That's tough stuff to swallow.
Yeah.
Especially when you since a lot of that stuff usually centers around concentration camps of World War II. This is also World War II, but it's dealing with a different aspect of it. This isn't
Nazi Germany.
Yeah, it's not Nazi Germany. It's Nazi Japan. Basically. It's the category 3 is essentially the Hong Kong equivalent of the NC-17 rating.
Right.
Normally, it's used for films dealing with excessive violence.
Yeah.
There's also usually a decent amount of sexual matter in the films as well.
Yeah.
But it's primarily violence. I've seen some movies that are rated category 3. There's one called The Story of Ricky that takes place at a prison. It's such a fucking over-the-top movie. It's so much fun to watch. You're not getting to watch it. Here's this really fun thing. Not for you. You get this.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think Men Behind the Sun is actually the category 3 movie I had on my list as well.
Well, there you go. Now I don't feel bad anymore.
Yeah.
You wished it upon yourself.
So, hey, in other news, I'll be watching a movie from my list, too.
Yes. Is this going to be the first time?
I believe this is the first one, yes.
You got some catching up to do.
Yeah. I got the majority of the year left, so.
There you go, yeah.
10 plus months.
Well, yeah, we're only coming up on week 9 of 52.
Yeah.
So, I think that about does it. Not looking forward to next week.
No.
Also kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully everyone else that's participating in the Cult Movie Challenge are picking a more enjoyable movie. I think that... did you stop?
No.
Oh. I think they're probably going to enjoy it. So, this is Crabtacular Review, done for week 8.
Yeah.
Alrighty.